What's up? What's up? Welcome back. So we are going to go over the stock market's expected move. Also, there's been typically this is like a 5-minute video. I talk about the expected moves for the week, but I want to talk about the expected moves coming up because there's a lot of. It's not even fear mongering. A lot of people are just finally connecting the dots, saying, "Nah, things really aren't that good." Like this could be trouble. Goldman Sachs finally coming out to it. And if you're brand new to my channel and you just don't follow me that often, it's funny that Goldman Sachs even comes out with this report talking about, hey, if things get bad, we're dropping. And now they're a bear like base case, and they have like a worst case scenario. And oddly enough, like their base case drops it to about where this purple box is. Who was the other guy that said that? Ray Dalio? There's another one that said it, and then Goldman Sachs came out with one, and it drops it right to this box that I've had drawn for a while. If we go to the S&P, it's a little bit clearer chart if you guys don't follow me that often. Their worst case drops it to like SPY to 290. The Goldman Sachs report, and I would put that right there. If I'm talking about my typical zones, oh yeah, wow, that'd be great. Hang on, let me fill this in real quick. I don't think we're getting that low. I think the reason I have these two, the reason why you saw a whole bunch of boxes on the S&P futures and nothing here on SPY, just to keep it clean, this is where I think we drop. This is like, I could see us bouncing here, but I could see this really being the bottom. And we had the most impressive bear market rally, which records are made to be broken, but that was the biggest one in history, I guess. But as new markets, new technologies, everything just gets bigger, faster, better, more efficient, which along comes, everything else. Ignore all the dollar signs numbers up here for now. But just looking at this, even this had me like that because it was so big. So like before this happened, this is where I was talking about the bottom. This is where I'm buying things. But even this had me questioning, like, man, is that really the bottom? And if we go back to this chart, the reason I said these blue lines are here, I said if that's the bottom, then this is the top. Like, forget the whole all-time high things. We're going to be sideways for a while. Like, there's no way we can print as much as we did and do what we did to this economy without having some aftermath. I don't care what anybody says about a soft landing. I mean, I'm not even an economist. That's not where I specialize or like anything like that. So I don't pretend to be, but I'm also not blind to the fact of how things work. For every action, there's a reaction. We had a whole lot of action and then a whole lot of like, don't worry, we're going to skate just by. Like, it kind of sounded like, like your first grade, second grade, and you think you're going to pull one over on your parents. Like, you're going to do something, but you're going to just butter up to them. And then there's just going to be no aftermath. And then you find out that's not the case. Kind of felt like that's what the market was thinking, because even in this bear market rally, everyone so the Feds are raising rates, and all they've been the most consistent thing I've ever seen. Every day Powell talks, it's we're gonna keep raising rates. We got tools in our belt. You guys have all heard his speech, and then he says it, everyone's like, oh, cool, that's what he's been saying. All right, and 3 days later, everyone's like, man, I bet Powell's gonna change the next time. This is going to be great. We went from we're going to do a full 100-point hike to or 75 to 50 to 25. They might not even raise rates. They might just chill. And then Powell comes out. He's like, no, we're like I said last time, we're going to keep her on point. We're going to keep raising rates. Now, a lot of people are thinking we're going to raise rates too much. We went too high. Now we're going to send things way too far south. We like to overcorrect. It ends up like a car crash. You go off the shoulder of the road. The ideal thing is just kind of pull back on, not panic. Most people get that jerk, then they overcorrect, and that's when bad things happen. And that's what I think a lot of people think is about to happen now. Like, we're going to raise rates too much. We're going to go too hard. We're going to send things the complete opposite direction, which as a trader, that's awesome. That creates volatility, and that's where my main income comes from, is trading. As an investor, the dip buy sounds cool, but that storm is never fun. No matter what anyone says, and there's a lot of cocky people that say, oh, I can't wait to buy it cheaper. This is great. No one likes opening their account and just seeing they're down that much. It's cool to just have green every day, but we're about to see some serious red if this does take place, which I do think does. We had these. This was a bright yellow zone before, but I was thinking if we break here, we're talking about this more. I talk about all this. This is Don Fron Trading, so I go live on the Don Fron Show on Sundays and Tuesdays, and you get a Thursday recap. But as far as this leg up, this leg down, that looked like a great spot for a higher low. Everything's still good. Fear mongering. Breaking that. I even said we broke this, and if you were live, I actually took a short position as this broke in the futures. Put my stop in the green, and then the next day we ripped up. And in that nightly stream, I even said for us to reverse course and for me to think we're not bearish, bulls are going to have to show up and take names tomorrow. Like and certainly that's exactly what they did. They just showed up. They went nuts. We sent it up, and that's kind of like a rip your face off, a mild one. But then, boom, right back down. All they did was posture right before the report. We see this as traders time and time again. Like investors, they stare at this like baffled, like, oh, how did that happen? Or like a bunch of retail people don't see it coming. But a lot of times there's big news. We'll run up into it, and that's often the dip buy for calls or puts. In this case, that was a dip buy for puts. We actually jumped up, tagged that zone. Report came out, full send south. Melted off, then not even a dead cat bounce, just continued to grind its way down. Futures opened up, we're red right now, and I kind of think we're going to pull the same thing again. The reason I did all of that and to explain this is because we have FOMC. So if you go to myfxbook.com, you can click on the economic calendar up here, and it just kind of shows you. Typically, if it's under a day, there's a countdown. So I'm in Central Time, so we're looking at FOMC here. That's 1 o'clock for me. But as we get closer, you'll see 24 hours, 23 hours, 22, and it'll be a countdown. So whatever time frame you're on, you'll know that's when that's coming out. And I bet this is Wednesday right here. Wednesday the 21st, we're going to get the announcement that I'm thinking it's probably going to be 0.75. I don't think they do the full 100 points. I think we're pricing in 100 points. And before going into this meltdown that we had here, I kind of thought we'd sell off. We're pricing in the 100 points. They announced 0.75 or maybe the full 100 points, and then we rally after that. But I kind of think the rally's coming beforehand. Either way, that's how I'm going to play throughout the week. It's hard to talk about this on Sunday. If we sold off completely into that, I'm going to be buying it. If we rally before then, a couple people were talking about this in my mentorship chat, and if you are curious about that, there is there's my trading suite. That's the Teachable link. That's lifetime everything I'll ever do. But now I did set up a Patreon, so if you guys want to do month to month, that's what that's for. But that's all into the mentorship, the private chat where you can talk to me all day, and you'll see what I'm playing on this. A few people were talking about how we'll probably rally the first couple days, and that'll be the high for the week, and then we're going to sell off and just melt off into the abyss. And outside of FOMC, I agree. I think we see another one of these, another leg up. Probably, if we stalled at this zone, we're just building a bear flag. I was thinking I bet SPY touches 400 again. That would be a pretty impressive rally. Probably best case. Now, I was thinking we'd at least rally up to here. We'll say 397. I think we rally up a little bit. Now, I've been mildly short on these red days. We didn't really get a great, other than right here, we got a great short entry. But after that, like once that fund was made, there was no real pullback. And for context, if you were at my mentorship, then you knew right here on this day, I was swinging Tesla and Netflix puts. And it was a great day the next day because we jumped off a cliff. I think we're just going to repeat that again. But I can't really go short. Once the fun money's been made, like the grinding money is a lot harder to make. So with the way I adjust my entries and everything, I can't go hard in the paint if we're just grinding our way down because my stop is below that next candle or the previous candle. Which I'm just opening myself up to a lot of it's going to jump up, tag out, then turn. So I got to keep it wide. I got to keep my position small. So no real I'm going to go in on this for a swing trade. Day trades are a little bit different. So I'm looking for a couple green days to go short. So now we'll jump into the expected moves. We'll chart these up. You can see here we went the 2 spot. So last week's move was 10.10 on the S&P. And I'm a little bit high right here because of that little box. But look what we did. We jumped up. We tried to rein it back in. We weren't getting there, so we melted off. If you guys understand these moves, these are not support levels. This is where inside here we got retail, then your little banks, retail versus institution action. We get outside here. You got another player on board. Now there's an algorithm for hedging. This is where delta hedging, gamma squeezes take place. So the best analogy I have is this is going to the gym, working out. You can get your pump on, you can get some work done. This is working out while you're 3 dry scoops in of pre-workout. Like some work's gonna happen. Like it's gonna be just that extra bit of juice in there. So when we get outside these moves, that's where I'm interested in taking plays. That's where the volatility takes place for a trader. You like it when we get outside here, especially if you can get that before and ride it outside, then try to buy the dip. There's a lot of back and forth movement you can play inside here. But this is where it's time to dot your I's, cross your T's. Make sure you have a plan, or you will see how quickly you can fail in this. The fact that we got outside 2 standard deviations, though, last week, that's a bit... so the bot is not on right now, which these numbers are a trading bot. But once the market starts to unravel like we did last week and then the week before, we're going to leave it off right now because that's what will kill that trading bot. The trading bot's for market efficiency, and right now we're not. Looks like we're about to unravel. So let me bring up TOS here real quick. All right, so Tesla's expected move 1647. I'm going to add that in here. 1647. Let's do SPY. Is it SPY? Okay. 1177. That's quite a bit bigger move than last week. QQQ 1125. And the IWM Russell 658. This is usually a $5 move. Past few weeks we peaked into the 4s, pricing in that FOMC. Some craziness. Sometimes we'll price in like a small to medium move, get the big move. So then everyone says, not happening again. I'm not gonna take that. And you see moves get put on the board. This is probably a little advanced if you're brand new. This is derived from a lot of option positions people are playing. It takes all the information, puts it in, and says, okay, this is where we need to cap our risks. This is where we need to hedge for things. Like when you buy a call, the market maker that you think is so bad is actually a market neutral. He's delta neutral. So you buy a call at the money. It's 50 deltas. They're now negative 50 deltas. So they got to buy 50 shares. But for the gamblers out there, you're out there buying, way out of the money. You got like a 10 delta. They're not doing crap for that. But eventually that 10 deltas goes in the money. Now it's 50. Now they have to hedge, which they got to start buying more, which actually sends it into the spiral, which is where you get the gamma squeezes. That's prime for all that. So a lot of times like I was saying, we get the small move, medium move, but the large move happens. So the next week they price in this move. They're not going to get pulled over their, what do they say, pull the wool over their face? I don't know if I'm even using that correctly, but they're not going to get made fun of next week. So we get this bigger move priced in, like, don't worry, guys, we encapsulated everything. And then often those moves are absolute joke. It's one of the most boring weeks we've seen. We've seen that quite often. I don't think that's this week. I think we are pricing in a move, and I think we're going to be... I think a lot of positions are going to stretch their legs this week. So I would not be... I tell people all the time, if you need to take a break, that's fine, because the market changes. There's bull markets, there's bear markets, there's sideways and choppy, there's sideways and volatile. There's different attitudes. Now, your strategy might be only good in a bull market, and congrats, hopefully it comes back soon. But we will see this market again. So you don't have to trade it now, but I would definitely pay attention. You can take a break by just not hitting the buy button. You don't need to put your money on the table to stand back and watch how the cards play out. But you'll still get that experience. You'll still see how things move. I think that's very important. And this is definitely a week I wouldn't want to miss. So while those numbers are fresh, let's see, what was Tesla? 1657? I feel like I'm getting that one wrong. Alright, 1657. It'd be cool if this one was to the upside. I don't think so. Alright, 1657 to the downside. Tesla. So what if looking at Tesla's chart right now, you see what a lot of people might call a bull flag. Now a lot of people call it a bull flag. Those people are typically bullish, and they're biased to the bullish side. But there's two sides to that coin, right? That's a bull flag or reversal. The buyers showed up, right? Bears came in, whatever, some buyers took profit. They tried it again, couldn't get any further. That is like a plane trying to play rocket. Planes can go vertical only for so long until they just run out of thrust. You see them start to stall, and then it gives. It comes back down. And it's time to eject. Time to get out. Or go short. Bet on that plane crashing. So be careful with that one. I'm willing to bet that one probably hits the south side. Alright, SPY 1177. Close enough. Best case scenario, we price in a lower high. We expire on the 21st, is that when it is? 23rd, okay, I thought those lines felt a little bit small. Let me chart these out here real quick. Kind of think we just pop up and send it. Thursday will be negligible. Or I'm sorry, Wednesday morning will be nothing. You'll see the last half of Tuesday, first part of Wednesday. First part of Wednesday, if there was ever a day you just didn't need to look at the charts, after the first 30 minutes of market open, Wednesday will be nothing. It'll be a ghost town. Hang on, that's going to bug me if I don't change these lines first real quick. Then right before FOMC, you'll get the players try to guess the move ahead of time or get out. A lot of times you'll see red before a report comes out. That is because people are just going to remove risk. They're saying, hey, I don't want to be a part of that ride. I'll make the decision to get back in or whatever after. So you will see some selling off before, not necessarily because they know what's coming. Alright, there's that. What do you guys think is going to happen this week? You guys bullish? Did you buy the dip? How many... You know what I do see more often than not? And I never saw this until I actually started making videos and helping other people. Is just how quickly people forget. Like let's say Monday or Tuesday are green. We're going to forget all about this sell-off. And like people are like, oh man, I told you Powell's going to come in. He's going to relax rates. It'll be all the bullish things. Goldman sucks. Ha ha ha. And then they'll forget all about these red candles. And then an FOMC will come out. Or something like that. And it just sends it right back down. So not to be just fear-mongering and just automatically negative. But let's not forget what market we're in. If there's a green day, you know, let's not get ahead of ourselves. There'll be plenty of time to blow your account later. All right, 658 on the man. That's exciting. I feel like I haven't traded the Russell in a while. I'm going to this week. I'm gonna hammer that one. I don't know why. But Russell, it's just so much cheaper in the futures world. You can just stack. Not that you should, but I don't know, sometimes I just want to grab a position. All right, there we go. yeah, thinking a couple of days. Anyway, gun in my head right now. Monday, Tuesday, boom, Wednesday, we're down. Anyway, all right, so that'll wrap it up here. If you guys are interested in hearing any more, just check me out on the Don Franz Show. Anyway, I go live specifically just to answer your questions, so if you're showing up there, make sure you hit the subscribe button because you can jump in the chat at that point. And don't be a stranger. Don't be quiet. Ask questions. That's what it's there for. I don't know what you don't know, so ask away. Anyway, I'll wrap it up here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Definitely keep it safe this week. Make sure you practice risk management. I'll see you there.